get that smirk off your face, or don't look at me like that. And in my mind at that time, when I heard that, I was like, I don't know what my face looked like. So I didn't know what they were exactly talking about. So now, when I'm looking at people and I'm trying to have a conversation, my face like contorts, and I feel like there's so much pressure on my lips and my nose and my eyes. Do I squint? Do I smile? Do I keep a neutral face? Do I look dead? Do I look interested? And there's that magnifying glass again. Not sure exactly what to look like. And so I've got this, it's like eyes are looking back at me. And I'm just not sure how to proceed with how to look. So, what is it that makes avoidant personality such a difficult thing to overcome for some people? I only share my experience with avoidant personality because it's what I've been through. I certainly don't speak for everybody who's been through it, because I think that the symptoms, the way it presents itself in public, is different for everybody. So for me, a lot of the time when I talk about avoidant personality, I'm dealing with things like shying away and being really hypersensitive to what other people have to say, real or imagined, whether or not I've heard it before and I keep playing that same tape in my head, or whether I think that somebody's going to say something if I put myself inside of a social situation, big or small. It doesn't matter the size of the crowd. It could be a small gathering of some friends. It could be a large gathering of people I don't know. Although I tend to do better in larger gatherings, and oddly enough, I actually do pretty well in being on stage. I know that's kind of weird because I can be in front of people, and there can be people I don't know, people I do know in the audience, and I can actually present, for example, present a topic very well. Whereas if I'm with a smaller group of people, which I prefer, sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming and I don't do so well in those types of situations. So I want to kind of present an idea today about getting over avoidant personality. One tip, I guess that's the best way to describe this, is what's the best way, or what's one way that I've seen that helps me overcome avoidant personality. One of the things that I think has made me avoidant as far as not wanting to be in front of people, scared of criticism and judgment, is maybe not having my mind made up on who I am. And I know that's kind of weird because who does? I think we're all kind of looking and searching and experiencing life in different ways, and maybe we're different people around different, or in different situations. We're a different person when we're around a certain group of people versus when we're around another group of people. And so in that sense, there's no stability of personality. There's no grounding. There's no framework that you can go back and reflect on to say, okay, I know who I am. There's nothing to fall back, like there's no net, there's no safety net. And so it's kind of like a constant free fall where you might not know, or I certainly don't know how to act in every social situation. So when I'm in front of people and I know that the attention's on me, let's say the room goes quiet and people are just talking and having a good time and sharing, words, whatever. And the attention comes on me, that lump gets in my throat and I have to like stop and pause, and I'm very unsure of what to say, how to present myself, what to talk about, thinking that what I'm going to talk about isn't going to be of value to anybody. And it kind of makes me freeze up and say some stupid things. Things that are off topic, things that don't go with the flow of the conversation. And it's like there's a magnifying glass on the words that I speak constantly. So that, and I think I'm the only one who does this. So let's say I'm in a room of 6-7 people. I think I'm the only one who's as critical and as judgmental and as harsh on myself than anybody else in the room is toward me. I'm the only one who has that magnifying glass on my thoughts, on my face. Sometimes I'll twitch, and a doctor had once prescribed to me. Let me turn this down. Had prescribed to me some medicine. I hope this doesn't screw up the recording. Had prescribed to me some medicine because I was sitting in his office once, and I'd gone in for a separate issue, and this was, a medical doctor. We're not talking about a psychiatrist or a mental health doctor. We're talking about a medical doctor. So what does a medical doctor know about psychiatry and head medicine, or head mental health? they're just there to prescribe drugs. So the doctor prescribed me a drug that he thought would help my facial twitching, my facial expressions when I was sitting there. Looking back, did he diagnose the issue properly? One, I don't think he could have, because he's a medical doctor. He's not a mental health doctor. He doesn't have a degree in how the brain works from that point of view. He has a very narrow, very restricted point of view. Like, I wouldn't go to a doctor for nutrition advice. A doctor is not a nutritionist. A doctor knows how to look at the body, ask you what's wrong with you, give you the right drug, or maybe say, go, you need to see a specialist in this area. You know, he doesn't have all the answers. And I know we kind of put doctors on a pedestal because we think, oh, the doctor should know. But you have to know what you're going to the doctor for, in order to know, you know, what they know, because they don't know everything. They're not the end all be all. So the doctor had prescribed me some medicine for my facial twitching. I get facially nervous, and manifestation of avoidant personality shows up on my face, and I twitch, and I get uncomfortable because I'm not sure who I am. There was one instance where a close family member had, we were having a conversation which had turned into an argument, and that family member had said something to me that I will never forget, and it's always stuck with me, and it always is on top of my mind. But they had said something about, get that smirk off your face, or don't look at me like that. And in my mind at that time, when I heard that, I was like, I don't know what my face looked like, so I didn't know what they were exactly talking about. So now, when I'm looking at people and I'm trying to have a conversation, my face like contorts, and I feel like there's so much pressure on my lips and my nose and my eyes. Do I squint? Do I smile? Do I keep a neutral face? Do I look dead? Do I look interested? And there's that magnifying glass again. Not sure exactly what to look like. And so I've got this, you know, it's like eyes are looking back at me. And I'm just not sure how to proceed with how to look. So do I think that that's a permanent thing? No. My avoidant personality has gotten a lot better, or the symptoms have gotten a lot better. And one of the things, and kind of the reason for this video, was because I wanted to share with you how I think it's gotten better and why I think it's gotten better. So I think that when I've been able to, the moments, and there again, these are just moments throughout my life. It's not like it's smooth sailing, because there are still times where I'm dealing with, you know, that magnifying glass or the eyes looking back at me. There are moments when I feel a sense of strength, and that strength is when I learn to trust my gut more. And I learn to make decisions based off of intuition and what I feel is right, versus thinking that other people want me to make this decision, and therefore getting caught in this like loop of anxiety. I'm a programmer. I've done a lot of programming. So there's this thing called a loop where you're really just stuck in the same process over and over and over. And if you have a loop in a program, it could be a fatal error, meaning the program will just spin in circles and won't load anything new, won't bring you any new information. It's always thinking. And I think that can happen to our brains, where we get stuck in this programmatic loop, and it comes up as anxiety, and it comes up as fear and nervousness and social phobia and avoidant personality. Learning to trust our gut, at least for me, learning to trust my gut has helped me to overcome instances when I feel like I'm inadequate, have nothing to say, get nervous, XYZ. And it's difficult. It's very difficult, because there's still the part of me that wants to be loved, accepted, and liked by everybody. And when I realize that that's just not going to happen, it's easier to go off of my intuition, my gut feelings, and to feel normal. No medication, no medicine, no therapy necessarily. Going off of my gut and trusting what I believe I have to say has helped me immensely in getting out of that loop of anxiety. So I wanted to share that with you. I think that if you can learn to trust your gut more, learn more often to say, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to do what I feel, and I'm going to say what I think, and that's it. And it's hard. But if you can do that, you'll be able to have those moments where you can overcome your avoidant personality, get rid of social phobia, be much less anxious and nervous when you're in conversations with people. And it's going to take time in order for that to spill over into, small groups, bigger groups. But I think that that's one of the keys to overcoming avoidant personality is learning to trust your gut. Say what you think, do what you feel, and say screw it to everybody else. So I hope this is encouraging to you. And tell me of an instance where, in the comments below, tell me when you've felt this avoidant personality and this nervousness come up. Can you relate to that loop of not being sure what other people think and then getting caught in this cycle of anxiety, and then just kind of like being nervous to the point where there's no action, there's inaction, and you don't do anything and you don't say what you're thinking and do what you feel, and you're just stuck? Let me know in the comments. I want to talk to you, and I want to see if there's someone like that out there besides me. And if you're able to overcome your avoidant personality by trusting your gut and going with your intuition, I'd love to hear of an instance. So if you have a story to share or a time where your nervousness went away because you were just able to say, screw it, I'm going to be me. And I want to hear about those moments. I want to hear about those instances where you were able to overcome that fear and live in the moment. Because I truly think that's the answer, is for us to live in the moment. So I know it's been a while. Thanks to you guys who have reached out to me. This is fantastic just to know that there's other people out there who have similar experiences as I've had. And I look forward to talking with you more soon. Take care.